This is INCRadio DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
More laughter.
More fun.
So as my family East Coast, it's always better to West Coast, though.
May you continue to inspire everyone around the world, all the brethren around the world.
This is INCRadio Los Angeles.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who is tuning in to INCRadio Los Angeles. My name is Sister Bri Andrade from the local congregation of Santa Clarita District of Los Angeles County, California, where you are watching INCRadio Los Angeles. And I'm so excited to be with my wonderful co-host here today. And I was so excited to watch that intro. I love that one. That one's so nice, guys. Thank you so much to Kuya Ed Alba for making that video. Thank you so much, but because that is such a wonderful kind of encapsulation of what LAC is, our INCRadio Los Angeles studio. And of course, we have familiar faces with us today because we have all of our wonderful co-hosts here and especially some of our guests that are here today. But before we get to our guests, we have our co-hosts. We're going to go ahead and start with Ate Jo. Ate Jo, it's been a while.
I know. Hello, Sister Bri. I know it's been a while, Sister Bri. So hello, everyone, and welcome to INCRadio Los Angeles. I am Sister Joanna Minanka from the local congregation of Pasadena, hashtag PAS. And of course, we have our co-host, Brother Stefan. How are you?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone tuning in to INCRadio Los Angeles. The weather for today, actually coming here from the local Santa Clarita, it is actually 75 degrees currently with a high of 92 degrees. So it's going to be hot today for those in the valley areas. So definitely if you're just waking up with us, please grab a cup of coffee. Maybe a drink of water and just wake up with us. If you just woke up, but again, it's great to be here and great to just to really speak with and just to hang out with everyone here. How about you, Sister AJ? What does it look in your area?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from the fourth co-host today. It's stacked this morning. I'm Sister AJ from the local congregation of Oxnard, hashtag OXN. Today in Oxnard, it's currently a beautiful 64 degrees, and it will get to a high of 73. So if you are in the valley and you want to come where it's colder, come on over to Oxnard and hang out by the beach. It's a good day. It's still summer, so it's a good time to come down to Oxnard and hang out. So welcome to INCRadio Los Angeles. Sister Bri, how you doing?
Not so well anymore now, knowing that your high is less than what our current temperature is. So
we can change that. Come on over. You're always welcome in Oxnard.
I know. I should come. I think that's the best part of our district, that lovely weather in Oxnard. And speaking of our district, and I can't get enough saying this, happy 111th anniversary to us all. So if you weren't able to watch our broadcast last week, we celebrated the 111 years of our church and how much it has grown, and we were able to talk a bit about that with one of our newer co-hosts, Sister Marianne, and AJ was there as well, and I guess myself. But we were able to talk about that. So if you weren't able to tune in, please go watch that, because I love that broadcast. And I had such a great time doing it with all of you and being able to have our live studio audience that day as well. So, but that's not today's topic. Let's, yes, you finish this one first, and then you can go watch the lovely broadcast that we had for you last week.
But bring tissues, right, Sister Bri? It
Oh,
was
yes,
it was a good one.
Yes,
Yeah.
tissues is very. I should have brought tissues that day too. It's okay. But today you don't need tissues because we are here to help you with the things that may stress you out in your life. Because today we're going to talk about the things that we can do to de-stress, because we have a lot of things that may be going on in our everyday lives. It's different person to person, but there are many ways that we can all be able to de-stress together or ourselves. So we're going to touch on that a little bit today. And before we get into what we're exactly de-stressing about, I'd like to know a little bit more about what exactly stress is. So, and Ate Jo has a great explanation for us. So, Ate Jo, what is stress?
I think we need some slides.
Ooh, slides are good.
There we go.
Nice.
So sorry, everyone. I have a technical issue. So, what is stress? So, according to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, stress is a state of mental or emotional strain resulting from adverse or very demanding circumstances. And another one from Oxford Learner's Dictionary, it is a pressure or worry caused by the problems in somebody's life. And another one is from Cambridge Dictionary. It is a worry and anxiety caused by the problems in somebody's life. So, aside from the dictionary, we also have like our medical terms. So, Brother Stefan?
Yeah, so when it comes to stress, right, it always connects to that the emotional, right, the emotional side of our feelings, right. And so according to the Medline Plus US National Library of Medicine, it's a feeling of emotional or physical tension. And then as well as stress is the body's reaction to any change that requires an adjustment or response, which this is according to the Cleveland Clinic. And then lastly, it is stress is how we react when we feel under pressure or threatened, which is this is from the Mental Health Foundation in the UK. So again, when we think about stress, right? When we say stress, right? We already have this emotional connection, right? So like for example, Sister AJ, when you feel stress, right? That already connects to your body or to your mind that you're already you're already emotional, with all the stress that's upon you, right? Pretty much.
I think just hearing the word stress, Brother Steph, like stresses me out.
See, exactly. So
maybe that's the response you're talking.
yeah, no, really, and that's what it is. So with all these medical definitions, right? That's how it's being connected to. So next up is why we is why we invite these guests, right? So Ate Jo, what's the reason why we have all these guests, right?
Yes, so that's why we invited some of our guests. So this our guests are from different ages and in different stages of their lives, because as one gets older, it means more responsibility, more it means more different levels of stress. So let's introduce our guests. So let's start it with Sister Kimberly, Sister Kim, and then Brother Evan, and then Brother Ronan. So let's start off with Sister Kim. Hello po.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Sister Kimberly from the local congregation of Los Angeles. So hi.
Yes, and can you please state your CFO and your church duties po?
My what?
Your
Hello?
CFO po, what are you po in Buklod Kadiwa or Binhi? And then your church duties.
I'm at the Buklod, and then for my church duties, actually, it's my youngest who's like a recent choir member. She just actually
Oh.
recently started. So
Okay, thank you po. Next one po, we have Brother Evan.
Hello, my name is Brother Evan. I'm from the local congregation of Oxnard, and I am a Binhi. And my church duties, I am at our locale. I am Binhi president, and also I am a CWS officer. Hashtag OXN.
Thank you po. And last but not the least, we have Brother Ronan. Hello po.
Hello, my name's Brother Ronan. I'm from the local Monterey Park, hashtag MP. I'm from the Kadiva organization. My locale duties are choir member, Kadiva president, TSV lead. Yeah.
All
Everything.
right.
All right, thank you, guest. We're so glad and so happy to have you here with us today. So like Ata Jo mentioned earlier, we're going to see what these brethren do to help relieve stress. They are in different ages of their life and different stages. So this broadcast is going to be helpful for everyone at any stage of their life, hopefully. So stress can be caused by a wide variety of factors and what experts call stressors. And these often differ based on a person's age, stage of life, and responsibility. So hopefully everything that we talk about today can be relatable to anyone that's watching. So we are going to go over some common stressors. We're going to start with the Binhi. And Sister Bri, can you tell us some common stressors for the Binhi?
Yes, because I am Binhi. Just kidding. I'm Binhi, it's okay. It's okay, but I'm very close to Binhi, so that's great. Anyway, for the Binhi, a lot of their stressors come from academic pressure, social relationships, family expectations, identity and changes, time management, and even nowadays social media, which I believe that a lot of the Binhi can relate to. For yourself, Brother Evan, do you see yourself relating to some of these stressors in your everyday life?
I'd say that time management is one of the big ones because you have school. It's like 7 hours a day, and then you also have like all your extracurriculars after school, like clubs and like sports. And a big one is our duties in the church. So I feel it's hard to balance those two together, but I feel like it's very important to balance it and knowing how to do it.
See, and I like that too, because I feel like time management is not just for the Binhi, but for a lot of us as well. Like it gets a little out of hand sometimes, but for the Binhi especially, you have school. It's a lot. You have that academic pressure, everything that ties in for the Binhi. So there's a lot of stressors that goes along with that. But we also have the time management, like Brother Evan mentioned, and especially social media nowadays. I think that one's a really big one for Binhi, and even for the CWS, just a little bit. But we'll go ahead and move along the timeline to the Kadiwa.
All right. So for the Kadiwa, we have for the Kadiwa, we have the academic or career pressure, life decisions, financial stress, balancing responsibilities, social comparison, and pressure to date or marry. So are those for Brother Ronan, does that check out for you? Does some of these stressors kind of stick out to you?
I think a lot of them are like a lot of them you can really see in a lot of today's youth. I know a lot of Kadivas are worried about their academics, plans after college, financial worries, especially like social relationships. How do we go about going from different life stages, which friends to keep, which friends to make? It's a lot of making life decisions.
Yeah, no, for sure. And and for those, also for those viewers, right, for those that are Kadiwa, so the Kadiwa are ages between 18 years old and are not married, right? And of course, there are different stages of life for every stage of our lives in the Kadiwa organization, right? And definitely there are a lot of stressors that also stick out to me too, and that also relate to everyone, right? Which is of course the life decisions, right? The financial stress, for those Kadiwas that are already working, right? And then of course balancing responsibilities. It could be within the family or within just also with yourself, right? And then also, a big one is pressure to date or marry, right? Especially as you grow older, right? And as you mature, there are definitely, you will be entering in that stage where, there's a lot of pressures, right? Especially within your family, within your friends, right? If you are, within that range, or within that age of range where you are definitely, all your friends already married, right? And it's definitely, there's a lot of pressure, right? It's like, oh, when are you going to get married, or when are you going to get a girlfriend, right? So there are definitely some pressures there, right? So definitely it's all these stresses of life that will come into play. But of course, when it comes to the kadila, right, there are different stresses for the buklod, right? So Ate Jo, what are some stresses for the buklod as well?
Yes, thank you for that, Brother Stefan. So for Buklod, we have financial responsibilities, we have parenting stress, work-life balance, health concerns. We have also marital challenges and caring for extended family. So I want to ask, Sister Kim, for you, is there anything that we miss in here in the list, or maybe you have other stressors that's not in here, or maybe some of it are here? Can you please share, po, Sister Kim?
I feel like all of like the list out. So like as you guys would have said, like financial responsibilities and the parenting stress, I think that's like one of like the biggest like factors for me, especially I have like 3 kids and one is like going to college, so it's very like stressful.
Oh,
You
wow.
don't look like you have a kid that goes to college. You're so young looking.
I know po, and 3 kids.
How about you, Ate Joe? Do any of these for the book load? Do they call to
Maybe
you?
maybe parenting stress, not that much, but I mean, I have a 1-year-old, so it's not that stressful yet. So, I mean, and then the other one is the work-life balance because of my work schedule. I'm working in the afternoon shift, so it's kind of like challenging too that I need to wake up early, even though sleep late at night. But I mean, everything is good. And also health. Don't forget about health concerns, okay? For you at the AJ, for you, what else are we missing?
For well, not parenting stress for me yet. But yeah, financial responsibilities is a lot. When you are Kadiwa, your your goal is to be able to be financially stable on your own before you get married, right? And that doesn't mean that once you become buklod, everything is fine and dandy with your finances. So, if anything, it's a little bit more stressful, because you have to take care of not only yourself, but now your spouse and your family. So, there's a lot of things and that call out to me to this, but yeah, I just try to take it one day at a time. That's how I deal with my stresses. I think we'll probably talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, so, we wanted to talk about like, is it important to relieve stress and release the stress that we have? So I don't know, is it? Next slide. Yes, it is very important to relieve or release stress for both your mind and your body. But why? Why is it important? So it's important because it protects your physical health. So long-term stress can lead to headaches, trouble sleeping, high blood pressure, and a weaker immune system. So when you are constantly stressed, it takes a toll on your body. And we want to be able to make sure that you are healthy for you, for your family, and for everyone around you. So what are some other reasons why it is important to relieve stress? Next slide. Mr. Bree?
It supports our mental health because constant stress can cause a lot of anxiety, mood swings, feeling overwhelmed or depressed. So if you have a lot of stress in your life, it feels very kind of overbearing sometimes. So we want to be able to make sure our mental health is okay, because then we're able to perform our duties a lot better that way as well. And then our next slide, it improves our focus and decision making. So when you're distressed, you can think more clearly, solve problems better, stay calm under pressure. So a lot of the stressors that we have, we're able to focus a lot more if we're able to kind of overcome them a little bit, like the financial problems that the booklets were talking about. You're not going to be able to think very clearly if you're stressed over it too much. So make sure that we find ways to de-stress as well. And then our next one, it strengthens our relationships. Less stress equals better communication, more patience, and fewer arguments. And I think for the booklets, this can tie a lot better for you as well. But for us as well, and amongst our families, we have better communication, especially if we're able to de-stress together. So that's a few more reasons why we should be able to de-stress, because stress is like pressure in a balloon. If you don't let any air out once in a while, it could pop. Ooh, scary.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like the sound of popping balloons. So
yes, I think that stresses me out.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw a comment from Sister Bri about me being a portion of like a parent, a good portion to a lot of the DCFO officers. You were talking earlier how I have a lot of quote unquote kids in the district. So thank you. Shout out to all my kids. So at this time, we are going to go to the YouTube comments. Thank you for everyone who is putting in your comments. So let's start here. We have Brother Kevin Flores. He says, good morning, everyone, from hashtag LAC, hashtag GLE. We have Sister Sheila Makutai. Good morning, my fellow brethren, hashtag LA. Sister Sheila, thank you for tuning in every week. We like to see you here. And Sister Joanna from the local of Oxnard, she says, good morning to the viewers. Well, who else do we have here? Brother Stephen, who would you like to read?
All right, so we have Brother Ivan Capistrano. He says, good morning both to everyone and to also to Kapal from hashtag from hashtag OXN from the local of Oxnard. We have Sister Adrian. She says, good morning, LAC, hashtag LA. We have Sister or Kajoy. We have hello po, good morning to everyone. Po to hashtag Santa Clarita. And then we also have let's see, we have we have Sister Vilda. Sister Vilda Navarro, she says, go SE, hashtag SE. And then we have Sister Rose J, she says, hashtag SE. So thank you so much to everyone that is tuning in and commenting to within our live broadcast. Again, please join in the comments, continue to comment down below, give your shout outs, your live greetings, and then we will definitely continue to read them live on the air. So next up is
me.
Charades. Oh yes,
yes,
Sister
we
AJ.
are going to play a short game called Chill Charades. All right, so at this point, to help everybody relax and maybe not talk about the word stress so much, we're going to play a short game called Chill Charades. So like the name suggests, Brother Stephen will act out some of the most common ways people de-stress, and we as the co-host and the guest are going to try to guess what he is acting. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so everyone will be relaxed and Brother Stephen will be stressed. Great. So the teams will be me and Sister Kim, Ate Joe and Brother Ronan, and Sister Bri and Brother Evan. So if we're going to, since we are going to all be together and playing this game, we're going to do a quick mic check. So can everyone unmute themselves? And we will just do a quick sound check. So Sister Kimberly, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, Ate Joe, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, Ronan. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hello. And then Bri, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and last but not least, Abby.
I'm here.
All right. So we are going to get this game started. So how is it going to work? Brother Stephen is going to act out some common ways that people stress, and we will try to guess who it is. So go ahead and just chime in if you figure out what he is doing. Brother Stephen, it's all you.
Working out.
Okay, working out.
Are we supposed to rate?
No, just talk. Just talk.
Just say the answer.
I'm sorry if I'm too quick.
Listening to music.
What?
Oh, Evan, we're getting beat.
Having conversations, talking to someone.
Why are you so fast? I don't even see that happen.
Sleeping?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay, 1 point for us. Yay.
Eating.
eating.
Wait, I don't think anybody saw what we were doing. I think Brother Stefan, you need maybe Brother Stefan, unmute yourself and do it all over again for the crowd.
Okay.
But
Okay.
do them in a different order so we don't know.
Yeah,
them.
do them in different order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk a little bit.
Okay. Okay. I am doing this.
Listening to music.
Okay. And then okay. I'm doing this.
Work up, exercising.
Okay. Okay.
Eating.
Eating.
I don't know if
Yes.
stress eating is.
Wait, is eating a stressor?
Yeah.
To de-stress.
Oh, we're de-stressing. I'm sorry.
De-stress. Yes.
It also looked like knitting, but eating's good.
Okay. 2 more. I'm doing this.
Talking, or
Okay.
having conversation.
And then one
Sing a
last one.
song.
One last one.
Sleeping.
This too.
Sleeping.
Saying yes to everything.
Yeah. Yes.
I thought sleeping is gonna be
Good
like
job,
this.
everyone. Good job, everyone.
Well, I think everyone did really good. I don't think anyone is keeping track of who was winning anymore.
We all
I think we all won
winners.
because Kuya Stefan just led us in a couple of charades.
Yes.
Thank
Maybe
you.
maybe Stefan won because he's the one that was doing all the work, and he did great. He did great. But so great that he had to do it twice. Thank you, Kuya Tech. All right, so we're gonna go back into more common ways that people can distress. Brother Steph, can you let us know some of the most common ways people distress?
Yeah. So the most common ways is to exercise or physical activity, right? Just like this, right? So walking, jogging, yoga, dancing, gym, gym workouts, they all boost mood by releasing endorphins, which is the natural feel of chemicals, right? And then next up is next up is relaxation techniques, which is deep breathing, stretching, meditation, or guided imagery, at which they all slow down the heart and reduce anxiety.
And next is we have listening to music. So this calms the nervous system or boost energy depending on the music type. And it can shift focus from stress to joy or reflection. But before we go to the next slide, may I ask everyone, do you like listening to music to distress? Let's go on with Brother Evan.
I feel listening to music is one of my favorite ways to de-stress actually. I love to listen to music like right before when I go to sleep to clear my mind, and it's so relaxing. Really helps me go to bed.
Oh, of course. And so what type of music do you listen to?
Oh, I listen to a lot of like calm and chill music because what do you call it? I like to put it off in the background with my AirPods or something like that. So I'd say yeah, just like calming and relaxing kind of vibing music.
That's nice. How about you, Brother Ronan?
I think when I first started listening to music, like back in high school, it was a lot of lo-fi, like chill background music. But more recently, I just been sticking to like some piano covers, some guitar covers. Nothing so much with lyrics, but just like instrumentals.
Interesting. That's nice. How about your sister Kim?
For me, I always like listen to rock music. So
Wow.
it's kind of
That's
like
Yeah,
nice.
you would think that like rock music would be the opposite, but some that calms you. So
It
whatever works.
like especially if I'm like working on a stressful day. I just like, play some rock music and then I'm good.
Yeah.
We're like, let's go.
Okay. So another one on the list is we have talking to someone. So sharing feelings with a friend, our loved one, or a counselor. And it's also like emotional expression, which we can relieve mental pressure. So I want to ask, Sister AJ, do you like fun to talk to someone when you're stressed, or you're like just keeping it to yourself?
I like to talk things out most times. I don't stress a lot. I think that's just my nature. I very like to plan everything in advance, so I try not to be stressed. Um, but when I do stress, yeah, I talk to my friends and my mom and Aiden. So yeah,
So in case,
talking
yeah,
to
I have a follow-up
in case.
question. So just
Yeah,
in case your plan doesn't go the plan, like some of your plans or some of your list is not in order, there's something that's going on, what what usually is your reaction and how do you handle it?
I honestly I cry. The first thing I do is I cry to get out the frustration. And then after I cry, I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's figure out something else and move on. So that's my way of de-stressing.
Uh-huh, that's good. So how about you, brother Stefan? Are you
Me,
like
I just
talking to someone or just be on yourself?
For me, I just like to. I'm more of the. I'm more number two, which is to be more to use the relaxation techniques. And what I do is I just go to like a peaceful place, and then I literally just, I really just have that place to calm myself down. And then that's my way to relax. Or sometimes, or what I'll do is I'll just, count 100, and just that makes me help to that makes it help to to really calm myself down, because there are times where like it's gonna be busy, or there are times where there's just there's a lot of overwhelming stuff, or just stretch, right? And that's one thing to do. um Also, another way to also de-stress is listening to music. Definitely just lo-fi is one category of music that I definitely put on, just to listen to in the background, and that helps it to to for me to just calm myself down. But yeah, definitely those are just some of the things that I do, that make me more relaxed in a sense.
I love that lo-fi can be anything. You
Yes.
can have like lo-fi hip hop. There's like lo-fi Disney, there's lo-fi Taylor Swift I listen to all the time when I'm working. So just lo-fi, and then like anything else after that, there's something there for everyone. Yeah. All right, what do we got here?
Okay, so we
Let's go,
have
Bri.
a little bit more of the stressors that we could do, which is doing our hobbies or creative activities. So we have like cooking, painting, gardening, photography, etc. It gives a sense of achievement and control. And I can really attest to this because my hobby is to bake. So I love when I can create something that is just kind of perfect by my own definition. So it's really nice to have those little outlets of creativity. And I would ask our guests what our hobbies are, but we do have a little game later that the hosts have to guess. So I'm not going to ask you, well, what your hobbies are, but we are looking forward to learning more about them later on in our broadcast. So we'll go ahead and move on to our next one, which is taking a break from screens or social media. Disconnecting to avoid overstimulation or negative comparisons. We can call this a digital detox. So take a break from social media every now and then. Really just take the moment to know who you are compared to no one else. Really look into what you want to put yourself into, like what you want to show the world, especially since social media can be it's a nice space, but at the same time, it's also kind of overwhelming sometimes. I wanted to ask everyone if anyone here has done a digital detox before or attempted to. I think attempted to is a better word because digital detox sometimes is kind of hard.
I have not done a full digital detox, but very recently I started to unfollow people on Instagram that I feel like were uh, like pressuring me to like buy things. So overconsumption is a lot on social media. So I just started talking like all these influencers that they're like, oh, buy this, buy that. I just started to unfollow them, and I feel like my social media experience is going a lot better because I just actually now see people that I really do know and really do know in real life, and it's nice to see that instead of people showing me the next best thing to buy. So that's good for me. How about anyone else?
For me, it was hard because just recently we did do our family hour, just to kind of, just to do a digital detox. And that was from what, 5 hours of not using our cell phones. And that was super hard, right? Definitely, especially in this day and age where we're super reliant on our phones, right? To call, right? To text, to even go onto our social medias, right? And just to have it, or just to use, or just to literally talk to someone and not just stay there without no phone, it was just really hard, right? But we definitely did some creative ways to pass out the to pass the time out. But yeah, that was definitely one of the hardest things to do.
All
So
right,
for
thanks, brother.
me,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
sorry, I
sorry.
have a joke. No, go
So
ahead,
for
please.
me, I think even before, I'm not really into social media. I rarely post. And then sometimes I do forget that I have a phone because sometimes I do left my phone in my workplace. It did happen a lot of times. So and then if I don't have my phone, I think I'm like for now it's not okay to have not your phone because like the communication is there, whatever is like the for our work, like the scheduling and everything, you do rely on your phone. But sometimes what I do is I don't open any social media. I just open like the messages to check on who someone is like messaging me or calling me, and that's it, and then that's fine.
I know you actually forgot your phone one time when we were doing radio in Oxnard. Not the joke.
See, see.
I remember that. All right, so let's go back to the common de-stressors. So another distressor is laughter and entertainment. This one I can really relate to. Having brother Ivan as my husband, he makes me laugh all the time. So forms of laughter and entertainment, you can watch movies, comedies, memes, or funny videos. Then laughter lowers stress hormones and boosts moods. Does anyone have maybe brother Evan? Do you do any of these things? Do you like to laugh?
I love to laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
But
you have such a big family, and it's always
yeah,
fun.
but my dad's very funny. Whenever he comes home and picks me up after school, he always tries to make me laugh, and it's really nice.
That's great. Yeah, your dad is like probably one of the funniest people that I know. I have to be funny to be his friend. How about you, brother Ronan?
Yeah,
Laughter?
I think I'm in the same boat with brother Evan. My dad is always cracking up jokes. Like my brother, my dad are all of us are trying to like make each other laugh sometimes, and then I guess we all watch movies as well, like comedy movies. It really de-stresses us.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, so we have for another common de-stressor, resting or napping. So sleep restores the brain and helps regulate emotions. So this is one of the things that Brother Stefan was trying to do for us for our game earlier. So resting or sleeping, just taking a break from thinking about anything will help regulate our emotions. And then for our last distressor, mindful eating or drinking tea, having a calming drink or snack while slowing down. And so this is another thing that Brother Seven was trying to act out earlier. So uh, eating is a de-stressor. Does anyone have something that they like to eat or drink to calm themselves down?
at home, I have like a jar of pretzel sticks that like I just nibble down on like with tiny bites, like a hamster.
Like a hamster.
Or like fairly, carrot, celery, just like tiny nibbles.
Yeah. So it also makes you feel like you're eating more if you're taking smaller bites.
All right. So Brother Ronan, if you had one full day or one full free day, no school, no work, no chores, what would you do to relax?
I think I would try catching up on some like anime or TV shows that I'm watching. Maybe I'll walk around. Also clean and do laundry. I really need to do those like every now and then. So taking time off of like work or studies to do like tedious stuff does take away some stress that I have.
Nice. Yeah, no, really, and that's what it is. Like, just literally de-stressing from everything, not even doing even your chores. I know, like, there's times where we need to do our laundry, right? But there's one way to do it, right? So definitely. So Ate what's your next question with Sister Kim?
Okay, so for Sister Kim, how do you balance your responsibilities with your own self-care?
Well, for me, as much as possible, I try to, incorporate like any like little amount of like breaks on my on my day, because my work is like I have like a really like stressful work. So as much as possible, I try to do some like mini breaks, like deep breathings, or like I do stretch my legs, or I would step outside of like the facilities to get some fresh air, and those like small moments, it helps me relax and reset.
Thank you, Sister Kim. So I want to go back to Brother Evan. So you talked earlier about time management, how that's something that's big for you. What is your go-to way to relax after you get home, after a long day of school and activity-filled days? What's your favorite way to relax?
Honestly, I'd say my favorite way to relax after school is because when I'm done with school, I obviously have like extracurriculars. Like I said, I play volleyball, so I'd get home around like 5:30ish, or like 5:30 to 6ish when I have my practices are over, and of course I have to do my homework. So around when I'm done would be like 7:30ish. So I like to go outside and take a walk because that's when you get to see the sunset. And sometimes that's just all you need for your brain to really relax.
And 7:30, that's already dinner time. Yeah, so what is like a comfort snack that you have? If you do get that little break before dinner and you're doing all your homework and stuff. So what's your ultimate like comfort snack after a tiring and stressful day?
I'm not really sure if you'd say it's like kind of a snack per se, but like um I like to like look in the fridge, and obviously we always have eggs. So I like to just get out a pan and just like fry an over easy egg or something, put it over rice. It's really simple.
It sounds really good. And really, yeah, really simple, really delicious, and kind of healthy, I think.
All right, and then next up, with and then my second question to you, Brother Ronan, is, what's one relaxing habit that you picked up just recently as an adult, or when you just turned Kadiwa, that you didn't used to do when you were younger?
I think a relaxing habit that I start to pick up is like breathing exercises or like mental exercises just to like slow down my thoughts. I feel like if I have a lot of worries or things that I need to be doing, I need to like cool down first before I start taking my baby steps towards doing them. Yeah, I could go on like breathing exercises to like calm myself down, like physically, mentally, mental exercises to like identify what I'm stressing about.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's really definitely very helpful, right? Especially when as we grow up, right? As we mature, right? We definitely have to look back, right, and kind of see how we can identify why are we being stressed, right? And so that will definitely help us to to zero in and make sure that we can definitely solve that issue, right? Next
Okay,
up.
so we have our last question for our guest today, and this goes to Sister Kim Po. What's a routine that helps everyone in your household to relax? I know you mentioned you have 3 kids, so a routine might be a little hard, but if you have any, what are some ways you guys try to relax?
Yeah, so for our family, usually since I have like 3 kids, so usually like an hour or so, or like maybe 2 hours, we kind of prepare our stuff already like for tomorrow, so we don't hurry in the morning, we don't forget anything in the morning. And then that's also like the time that they don't we all don't use our phones, so kind of like a digital detox maybe. So we do that also, and then we tend to catch up what happened at their day, if they were like stressed out, if there was like any issues or anything that they want to discuss with mommy or daddy, like that. And we also kind of uh plan our mini outings, or our movie nights, because usually our Friday is a movie night day, and most of the time they pick up scary movies, so their usual pick.
Sounds a little stressful, but I think it's okay. As long as it de-stresses for everyone else, well, I think
Yeah. No, I get stressed out, but they do get relaxed about the scary movie, so I think I'm good.
I do like the idea about being able to prepare yourself instead of trying to stress yourself out in the morning. So I think that's a really nice way to implement being able to plan together as a family. Especially you can use that as a kind of a family hour book. So really nice to hear everyone's responses and how you get to de-stress in your everyday life. But we're going to go ahead to learn a little bit more about our guests as well. We're going to move on to a little game that we have for everyone. So this is for the co-hosts, my co-host specifically, because these answers are our guests, so they know the answers, so they can't participate. You're going to guess whose de-stress it is. So I have a list of different de-stressors that our guests have provided for us. And you have to guess, my co-host, and anyone that is watching in the live chat, if you'd like to try to respond your best, but you can go ahead and do so as well. So we have quite a bit. I'm not going to be able to read all of them, and I'm going to go out of order, so this will be a little more confusing. I'll go with this one first. So the first de-stressor is that they build 3D puzzles. Sometimes they build 3D puzzles.
I think it's Brother Ronan.
Brother Ronan. Okay, any other guesses? Brother Ronan. It's not him.
Okay, if it's not him, then I say Brother Evan.
It could be. Who knows?
Oh.
Evan, is it you?
No. Sister Kim?
Sister
Kim?
What?
What kind of puzzle, Sister Kim?
Sometimes Lego, sometimes I build like the wooden puzzles, that turns into plants or anything.
Wow.
That is cool.
One day, please show us your Lego collection. We are very interested.
I usually build them, and then my kids would try to recreate another one. So
that's cool.
Thank you so much, for that de-stressor. We have a couple more. Okay, so this one. Okay, this one's interesting. They walk around and go through as many door frames as possible.
That's very specific.
Yes.
That's Brother Ronan, I think.
Yes, it is. It's
Is
Brother
it
Ronan.
because of the specificity?
Everyone is guessing for all the.
I'm a little confused. Why door
Yeah,
frame?
why?
For context, I was watching a video about how to study better, and this person saying that besides walking around, what they did is that they walked around going through door frames and go out of home, go in the park, go through different frames. it's supposed to like when you go into a room, you forget something, or like you forgot what you're doing there, something like that. You kind of like forget some portion of what you're stressing about, or like, some of that mental load that you might have. It
Yeah,
does
I
work.
do get that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like,
When you walk into your room, you're like, why am I here? Oh, I never thought about that.
it's kind of weird. When I was at my apartment near school, when I was stressed about my studies, I just like paced around my apartment, literally just going through door to door, even going to the side of the bathroom for some reason.
Interesting.
Thank
Hmm.
you. Wow. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do one more. Grandpa, you already told everyone the answer, so how are they supposed to guess this one? Oh my goodness. Anyway, okay, we would like to know. So you guys have to guess. Who likes to play a bunch of children's games? You guys already know the answers.
Ronan.
No, it's Sister Kim. It's Sister Kim.
Each answer is Brother Ronan. So
Evan.
Brother Evan. Yeah, we'd like to know.
Yeah,
Grandpa's very
what
interested
to
in
do.
knowing what children's games you like to play, or like what do you mean by children's games?
Okay, so when I have a study method where I like to do 30 minutes of studying and then 5 minutes of a break without it being your phone, because I feel like if you use your phone, it's like it ruins the purpose of your break. But I have I've always had like these children's games. It's kind of weird. They're always sitting right by my desk, because like my desk is my workspace, and I have like a Rubik's cube and like I don't know what the name of this one. It's like yeah, I have it right next to me. It's like this little wooden ball with a stick. I love to play these stuff like whenever I need to take a quick little break. So that's what I like to do.
That is cool. Oh.
Thank you so much for playing my little game. That was fun. I have a whole list of these stressors, and we're not able to go through all of them, but thank you so much, Bill, for sharing them with me, because now I know a lot more about you than my other co-hosts do. So that's that's a little one-up I have. So it's nice.
All right. So of course, so one last question before we all go, and this is to all of our guest panelists here. Of course, when it comes to praying to God, right? Like, how important is praying to God, and whether it's personal or with family, does it help you when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed? We'll go with Sister Kim.
Oh, okay. So for me, it's when I pray, like it gives me like a safe space, like to pour out everything, what I'm like feeling for the day, what was like my stressor, like I know that someone's like listening without like any judgments, and and then I can be like really like completely honest about it, and after that I feel lighter and I feel more at peace, that that I'm not like carrying the stress alone.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then how about you, Brother Evan? Especially in your youth, like how is praying to God, definitely very important within your life.
Well, like Sister Kim said, like when I pray and I'm stressed, it's like a safe space, because there's so many pressures from like all these other people, like like you have your parents and all these. It's like kind of stressful, and I'd say that whenever I seek out guidance or need to pray, I'd call it helps you bring me closer to our Almighty God. So that's how I'd say.
Yeah, no, really, that's a really good answer, good answer too as well. And then lastly, Brother Ronan, especially for you in the Kadira stage in your life, right? There's different stressors, different hardships, right? Different things that you go through, right? Especially as a Kadiwa member. How is it important, especially when it comes to praying to God, especially when you're going through stress and being overwhelmed?
I think praying is really helpful. I know as Kadiwas, as we get older, we kind of lose out on some relationships. Maybe we talk to our parents less. It's a lot of vulnerability when we pray. We list out our worries. We feel that, things will change and that God is with us. and it's really good for stress and like helping us calm down. Being vulnerable and what's it called? Being vulnerable and caring and knowing what is right for us while we pray.
Thank you so much to our guests. These are such beautiful answers. And I think it's just a timely reminder for all of us that the ultimate de-stressor that we have and the ability that we get to do is to be able to pray to our Almighty God. So thank you so much for your responses. They were so beautiful. I love them so much. And another way to de-stress, maybe be the ones that you love in your life, maybe your family members or whoever. So we're going to give you final chance to give any shout outs or any greetings that you may have to those that help you de-stress, maybe just a little bit, or just anyone that you really care about. So we'll start with Sister Kim. If you have any greetings you'd like to give anyone that is watching right now.
Just want to say hi to my family. That's it.
Yes, the ultimate de-stressors of our life, our family.
Yeah, my mom. I always talk to my mom, so it's like a day-to-day basis to my mom. I think she's like my therapist.
Shout out to all the moms that we have watching and tuning in right now, especially my mom too. Yay! Okay, anyway, Brother Ronan, any shout outs that you'd like to give to anyone?
Shout out to my family. My cousin is getting married later this month, so shout out to Atelia. Shout out again to my family, my parents, my brother, my family abroad. Shout out to the district staff as well, and to the ministers, and also Monterey Park.
Yes, hashtag NP. Yay! I love our little hashtags. Anyway, and then last but not least, to our last guest, Brother Evan. Any shout outs you'd like to give to any?
Shout out to of course, hashtag OXN, shout out Oxnard. Shout out to my family as well, like my mom and dad and my siblings. And shout out Bernardo's. Always helping me out.
I love that. Thank you so much to our guests for joining us today. Thank you for your wonderful responses to all of our questions and letting us know how you were able to de-stress and what de-stressors you have in your life. But this is the end of your show. I'm so sorry, but this is not a de-stressor. This is pretty stressful, so this is not my favorite part of the show. But we are going to start closing and with our thank yous to, of course, our guests and, of course, to our listeners and viewers that are tuning in. Thank you to everyone in the live chat that continues to comment, to all of our brethren in the District of Los Angeles County, California, especially to all of the ministers and evangelical workers of LAC. Shout out to Ka Andrew, Maka Dang Dang. Thank you to our multimedia advisor. Thank you so much, Bo. And side note here says happy birthday. Okay, and then we have our district CFO overseer, Pierre Perez, and of course to our assistant district minister, Brother Erwin Bilio, and our district minister, Ka Jun Pilon. Thank you so much for helping us, especially in INCRadio Los Angeles. And then to Sister AJ.
Yes. So thank you everyone once again for tuning in. We'd also like to thank Kuya Tech, our executive producer, Kuya Manly and Gaia, our station manager, Kawalita Rai, and a special thank you to our Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo. Thank you both for always allowing us to have this chance to, talk to our brethren and help out all the brethren throughout the world. So we will see you next week, same time, for more laughter, more fun, more LAC.
Thank you po.
Hi.